What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another piece of J-drama score. And we're going to listen to another tune from the Kurokochi score, a show from 2013 starring three of my favorite J-drama actors, Watabe Atsuro, Nagase Tomoya, and Goriki Ayame. And we're going to listen to a tune called Invasion of Political Matters. Invasion of Political Affairs. Same difference, as my brother used to say. It's a very energetic tune, there's a dramatic urgency to it. It plays in a lot of moments where either the main character, Kurokochi, played by Nagase Tomoya, played excellently by Nagase Tomoya, or in a couple other cases, other characters suddenly reveal information or a motivation or an intent that was maybe unseen or unclear up until that point. It's a type of track that's used in the show when the narrative is being accelerated or moved along or turned in a direction that maybe you didn't see coming. And again, for those who haven't seen the previous reactions to this soundtrack, it's a show about a historical crime that remains officially unsolved, a heist of 300 million yen, which is roughly $3 million, or I think the conversion of the currency to US dollars, is slightly different than it was at the time. Good Lord. But yes, it's roughly, you move the decimal point 2 to the left if you're converting from yen to American dollars. But yes, 1968, it was never solved, and this show takes a speculative historical fiction approach to suggest what may have happened or one of the scenarios. And it's sort of a crime drama, but it's also a personal drama. It's a cold case drama, and it has a lot of comedy along the way, even if I wouldn't necessarily refer to it as a comedy per se. But yes, let's give it a listen. This is, and in fact the soundtrack, as I've talked about at a few different points, is composed by a couple different people, and I'm trying to see which one of the two this particular track is done by. So this one is by Dewa, Yoshiaki Dewa, and it's called, as I said, Invasion of Political Affairs, from the 2013 soundtrack for the show Kurokochi. tune. Like the different elements along the way, I think are all fantastic. The section changes have that hanging bit of drama for a moment until they release into a new configuration. I like the strings. I mean, it's sort of like a score rock song, meaning it has elements of rock, and I suppose that applies to a number of tracks in this soundtrack, where there's rock style guitar, but mixed with strings and the type of dynamic percussion more typical of score music rather than a rock song per se. But yes, I love the dancing piano that we get in the latter half. I enjoy the bass, was definitely sort of feeling the depth of the bass at a couple moments. That guitar, like edgy and like tightly wound at a couple points, but then a bit more, strumming and supportive at other moments. And there's a sweep to the tune. Now, I like how it does start with a bit of unsettling dissonance. It feels like there's some tension and there's some uncertainty, and then it breaks into a more consonant, if still energetic and urgent type of configuration. And I think that suits, again, a number of times this is used in the show when either Kurokochi, the main character, or others are suddenly revealing their hand, what they know, what they intend to do, whereas up until that moment, maybe there was a bit of ambiguity, a lack of clarity, some uncertainty. So I think it's a great tune independent of the show, but I think it fits not only the show's tone in general, but the specific moments when you hear it. And it is a piece that comes back in, if not every episode, certainly most of the episodes. So I think it's a central tune, whereas some of the other tracks, again, there's like, how many, 24? Yeah, 24 tunes on the soundtrack. Some of them are used much more sparingly. One or two, I think that we've already gone through. When I was hearing them in this setting, it's like, man, like, I barely remember this. Like, I'm not even sure I can think of a single scene where it plays, but this is definitely not the case with this one. So, another great tune. Shout out to Yoshiaki Dewa, as well as, who's the other composer? It's been a little while since I've been back to this one. The other composer is Habuka Yuri, that's right. So shout out to both composers of the score. Shout out to this amazing show, as well as all of the principal actors. Again, Watabe Atsuro, Goriki Ayame, and the one and only Nagase Tomoya. Shout out to Luca for being a very sweet kitty. One who will, she'll protest a little bit, biting my thumb. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace. What do you think, Luca?